I'm in Arizona now. Um, and I have a warrant, but I'm going to go to try and get it resolved on Monday. Because I was thinking about it. I don't know why I never really thought about it in this way before, but it just dawned on me for some reason. I was like, it's just a shoplifting charge. It's been 7 years. Maybe they just won't care anymore. So, based on just thinking that they might just not care as much as they did, I just thought I'd come here and try to see if I could get my warrant postponed and maybe set it up for court dates and maybe have the end result be different than what it was, and cross your fingers. So, if it does get resolved, I could, do a little bit of touring and showing you around the city, maybe some more. I've been here 2 days so far, and everybody's really, really nice. It's definitely the right temperature. I was very lucky my whole life with just the extraordinary, unique temperature alone. Wintertime is 60 to 70 degrees, and then wintertime is 7 months out of the year, virtually. I know everybody would disagree, but... So for 3 months out of the year, you're dealing with 120-degree weather. Besides that, you're dealing with 70-degree weather, which I never really considered in the past. So it's just, for all the snow and the cold fingers and the dreary sort of moods that you find yourself in, really is a nice sort of change. Plus there's this constant smell of Easter. I mean, if everybody knows what like springtime smells like, or whatever month Easter falls in. I always get fall and spring mixed up, so I just don't bother. But the only way I can describe it is like, when those flowers blossom. It's that time. It's amazing. It's amazing, and then it's times 10 amazing. It's really something. Everybody's always in a very complacent sort of mood, a very, very happy mood. I didn't realize when I lived here before that this is technically all Hollywood money. Since Hollywood was sort of there since like the 20s and 30s, and the movies started to sort of speed up during all the musical time periods in the 50s and 60s, this all was technically built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s with all Hollywood money. I think everybody's sort of deterred by Vegas thinking that's Hollywood money, maybe, or other places being Hollywood money. This is definitely Hollywood money. It seems like all the citywide planning is perfected by the time they decided to make all these cities. And now I'm looking at the mirror, and I'm like, so if I'm technically Hollywood money, then the Hollywood, like, ancient old CEOs are my grandparents, great-grandparents, genetic grandparents. If money controls people's genetics, I'm not saying I'm Tom Cruise, they are. Just sort of a different way of looking at myself. I'm just like, I didn't choose this. They said, Tom, go on vacation. And he goes, what am I going to do out there? I don't know, fix New York City, write some commercials. If you can dig up that knock list, whatever the fuck you need to do. Checking my pockets, I'm just like, I think I've done just about all the Mission Impossibles all by myself. Hundreds of them. It's really different being back here after all these years. I'm like, it's like Beverly Hills, it's downtown La Jolla, it's the New York City. Everything about the whole citywide planning of all of Arizona is like perfected architecture. And I'm like, I'm perfected architecture genetically. So just see how this goes. You know, technically Tom Cruise started dating that one girl after Cora was born. He's like smelling out how Cora was going to look like. Her genetics were already finished. She was already like 2 years old when he started dating that one girl. When he started dating her, not when he had his child. Like a year after Cora was born, he started dating that one girl. And so he technically started his life after Cora was born. His personal life, not his professional life. His personal life started following my later years in life where Cora looks like the way Cora looks like now. Because I'm doing a lot of professional work in a regular life, in my personal life. I'm doing a lot of professional work every day. To date, I've written 5,000 songs, over 100 television commercials for major auto corporations and Nike. And I've done over 100 paintings for celebrities and supermodels. And I've written over 50 movies for celebrities and supermodels. And then I've done over 100 music videos for celebrities. And plus now I'm starting to sing sporadically. Plus I've done some Dane Cook and Sarah Silverman. Can't stop doing Mission Impossibles. Anyways, I was looking at the Cimorellis just now, so I thought I'd do a video because they always sometimes like make me feel like I gotta like sort of join in on the fun. They're just like, what do you think of when you think of a spouse or significant other or boyfriend? I feel funny. I feel like weird, like I want to start like talking for them. Like, what's the truth of the situation? You know? Well, like, you know how I've written the whole bracelet government, right? So, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying any of this insensitively. It's just from a little bit more of a safety perspective. Position, if they could say it over again, how would they reword everything? What do I want in a house security guard? So you know how they have to have like somebody that holds them accountable in case they go missing? Because the only thing that this world follows is they only make the news. You only make the news if you're murdered, not if you're beat up. So all women know, all I have to do is stop somebody from following me back to my house and killing me, and I can do whatever I want. So they developed this concept of just a house security guard, somebody that they have to check in with. Sometimes they're eventually made into like a promoted person that also guards their lingerie, so they actually have sex with them. And then they're promoted from that, and they're also somebody that they allow to procreate with them and make their insurance policy for when they're 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. It's like, yeah, okay, we can have a kid. You're just going to stay in the house, don't babysit, right? I love you. That's the right answer. It's just so they can just keep on fucking. Do you know that you can technically make money for having sex? Yeah. I just heard about this recently. Las Vegas is this close to telling the whole world. So if a girl technically does something right when she's not around her house security guard, her bank account can go from this to this, just like that. So it's like a game. It's like, if you ever were raised in the morning or in the afternoon or when you got home from school from watching that show, The Price is Right, fuck Jeopardy and fuck Wheel of Fortune. Fuck Family Feud. It's all about The Price is Right. Where they come running down from the like crowd and then they get put in their own little like thing where they gotta look at a big package deal of something, and then they gotta put in what it is they think what that is worth. And then if they win, then they get their own package deal, like, you get a new car! Ah! Anything else, like you get this, you get that. Like, I remember just watching that as a kid. That's what girls have on the table whenever they leave the house every day. cards right. I was thinking about that. I thought about this many, many, many different times, and what it was you can explain almost any question that you have about a female if you add that they have a second apartment, a second life, a second identity, and they just have then a third one, and then a fourth one, and then a fifth one, and that's the game that they play. Is that they like building shit to put in their second apartment. Not anything with you, but just to build a second apartment. Like, you almost answer every little question that you have about women. Like when they don't want a blouse because you said this about it, it's just like, I bought it the next day and it went in my second apartment closet. I'm not going to tell you that. You have to focus on why you like sitting on the couch and babysitting all day guarding my lingerie. Can't have you just having a regular conversation that I have with my boyfriend about. You'll start thinking you're my boyfriend. You need to focus. So they make an argument with you. They remember how much they like that blouse, and then they get to experience it in a video. They get to make more money off it for their third apartment. That's pretty much what I was having fun with while I was watching their video. I was just like, blip, 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 blip. They go, oh. Blip, 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 blip. Oh. Whenever they don't have an answer about talking about their boyfriend, they'll talk about the pastor at their church, but it's in the form of, I always like to revert to the Bible. They can't actually tell you what their monstrosity of a boyfriend looks like. They'll just talk about it in the form of a pastor. Just go like, I always think about Corinthians. Put a big cloak around him. It's always funny. It's just because the real deal is something that's not in anybody's imagination. So he has to be cloaked in how many curse words they say during the sex in the video. Yeah, so it's fun, like sort of decoding it in that way. You can all have fun with it too if you want to go ahead and watch it and check it out. Just go tune into your favorite Cimorellis.